Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Pole Father. It only takes one. We are back. Hope everyone is having a great afternoon. Post Collecticon 2025, my first one of the year, first one ever in Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Had an absolute blast. Had a lot of great pickups. First convention for me that I've ever had more modern pickups than vintage. But I got a lot of what a crazy convention for me. From small scale to large scale items. Just this video, I'm going to go through all my pickups, and actually I'm going to go through the cards that I actually pulled the reins on and decided not to sell, which is very different for this video. But just got done with the 10K. Just got back from Disney World, a little week late. Did the Disney Springtime 10K, average 9 minutes 45 seconds a mile. Shout out to you runners, but we're back. So let's jump right into this. So first thing is MetaZoo is back. The hobby's back, and sure enough, MetaZoo comes rolling back in. Now, the cool thing about it is I did pick up 2 booster boxes of MetaZoo, and I picked up this, they have like a magazine that has alpha packs in it. I picked up one of those as well. And I really got to say, I was really impressed. I saw people opening it. The cards, the artwork are great. I really recommend, if you've seen it before, go check it out again. I think if there's a chance for this thing to take off, it's going to be now or never. So I picked up 2 booster boxes. You can see them in the background right here, right there. 2 booster boxes, the magazine. So that was the first thing. But mainly Pokemon stuff, right? Pokemon is my bread and butter. But first thing we picked up, and we're just going to kind of start from the small items to the larger items and kind of just roll from there. So, and let's just kind of go from there. So first thing is first. I picked up, here we go, this card. It's like kind of small random stuff first. So I guess we'll just jump into this. Now, knowing your cert labels, your cert era, numbers, stuff like that, guys, it's kind of like knowing the market of just business. The best way to make educated guesses is knowing the history and the past of the market. And the way I kind of compare this to, it's knowing your cert labels from each era with PSA, CGC, Beckon, and so forth. So one thing I picked up for $10 was this CGC 9.5 Black Star promo Pikachu. This card cost me $10. This was an old 9.5, and for those who know, old CGC labels, especially the 3 era, CGC used to grade very difficult. Getting a 10 back in the day was pretty much like seeing a unicorn. Dead serious. But for 9.5, this thing was absolutely clean. I really think this just kind of slipped in the mix of things of the bulk. $10. Can't beat this thing. This thing will PSA 10 all day long. I can't tell you, and I know a lot of people watching this before. If you've been around this hobby, a lot of people used to take 8.5s, 9s, 9.5s, crack them, go to CGC, come back. Go to PSA, and they pull 10s. So the $10, a lot of plays to be made, small scale, large scale. Just because you feel like you can't spend 1,000 doesn't mean you can't spend 10 to make so forth like that. But great pickup here. Really can't go wrong there. These promo cards, I've been wanting these, and I picked these up sealed in a pack. Paid $20 for it. They go from like 15 to 25. The reason why I went with this one specifically because I saw the front card seemed to have the best centering, so I paid a little bit of a premium, whatever. But happy to put these in the binder. They look great. They look minty, crispy, fresh, clean. So great little pickup there. Prismatic Evolution. So obviously everyone knows what's going on. They just announced a reprint recently with GameStop, the ETBs. There will come a time, guys, I've said this before, there will be enough Prismatic on the shelves in a couple months. Just be patient, and at some point, every time you go to Target, you'll see Prismatic everywhere. Be relaxed, be patient. But there was a promo card I did want. It was this one from Prismatic, and some guy had about 10 of them. So I just picked the one that had the best centering of the Eevee. Hope, and this thing does have a great chance at a 10. I wanted the Pokemon Day stamp, and it came with 3 Prismatic Evolutions. And the coolest thing is the cards we pulled, guys. Let me check this out. You won't believe it. That's right. We pulled nothing because the pull rates are bad. But the exciting thing is with bad pull rates, it is fun to chase, right? So, I mean, I will be opening up Prismatic, and it's just a matter of time and so forth. But what else? Journey Together. My cousin did bring his sealed displays, not display booster bundles of Journey Together, and he immediately got rid of them. And it's what's interesting enough is a lot of people brought Journey Together to sell, and now the way things are performing, it's interesting to see. Guys, when Pokemon comes up with a new set, don't panic. You will get it. the patient person wins in the long run with opening Pokemon product up. So just be patient and so forth. But commend my cousin selling this Journey Together stuff at a high price was a great move. Shout out to you, cousin Joe. Next things I also picked up, and I guess we're gonna roll into. I picked up a ton of modern. I picked up a lot of Charizards from Sword and Shield. I approached this convention saying this was kind of like my last call for picking up old Charizards at the convention. And I plan on actually, what I did was I picked up some of the best ones that I found that are best centering, best edges, corners, everything. And I'm going to crack all of them and I'm going to send them to CGC and hope that we can pristine. That's the plan here and that's the goal here with a lot of these Charizards. But this is just one I have here. I have a ton more. Some I bought raw, some I bought sealed in 10s, and hopefully we'll pull off some 10s. Or pristine 10s. So that's the plan with all this. But I really approached this convention as a last call for certain items like this. Now, I do want to still pick up a Giratina, but that card will still be around. But it was really just going back and picking up some old Charizards because, come to think now, Champion's Path is almost 5 years old. It's crazy to even think that, but it is. And these cards, some of these sets, guys, that, we've been around for a while now. They're starting to age. They're really aging. I got a fun card here to show you guys. The deal on this card was very, very good. And it's funny, right? Like I said, I picked up more modern than I did vintage this convention, which is very odd for me. I once upon a time ago pulled a Moonbryon. I sold it for $1,000. Now, Moonbryons right now going for about let's call it $2,000 to $3,000, right? Depending on what it is. I picked up one and I decided it was the best thing to do. It's a staple card of Sword and Shield era. But the key thing was I wanted to pick one up that I am for sure going to crack. And I am going to for sure send a CGC in my best odds to pull pristine 10. That was my main goal of picking up a Umbreon. And sure enough, we found one and swung a fantastic deal. Fantastic deal for anything. Whether keep this card for the collection or sell this card one day, this was a fantastic deal. I originally got 6 prismatic bundles on my pre-orders. I brought those. I brought my first edition CGC Gem 10 first edition Dark Blastoise. Between the Dark Blastoise, the bundles, and a little bit of cash, it was just a little bit, we were able to strike a deal and get it done. I definitely felt like he wanted to switch more over to vintage, and I was looking to buy the Moonbryon. But the key thing about this one, it's funny. I sold one once upon a time ago for $1,000, and sure enough, we came back and we picked one up. But the key thing about this one is simply this: the centering, unbelievable. The centering is absolutely unbelievable. The corners, the edges, the surface, everything. I scanned this card from head to toe for such a long time. And I said to myself, this is the one. If we're going to do it, this is the one that's got a shot at pristining. Is right here. So the hardest part, next move, is cracking this guy. But this is the one we're going to plan on cracking. And we're going to try and shoot for the CGC Pristine 10. So we will see what happens. Like I said, I really took my time. And I can't tell you how many Moonbryons I looked at this convention. It was crazy enough, guys. And obviously the hype right now is there. I saw people with a old CGC Pristine 10 Moonbryon. I saw people with Black Label Moonbryon. Someone was asking $25,000 for their Black Moonbryon or Black Label Moonbryon. The Pristine 10s, some people were the old ones. People were asking $10,000 for, and I was just like, holy smokes, like what the heck is going on? I've been wrong before about modern, and I said, you know what? I said if we're gonna really jump on, we gotta really put some effort in this card here. So we'll see, guys. We will see. But picked one up for a fantastic deal, and this is definitely something that's gonna be fun to see what happens next when we crack it. Now, you know me, big supporter of the prize packs, especially Series 1, Series 2. Starting to poke around in Series 3 a little bit, but prize packs, I can't tell you enough. If you've seen many of my videos, I'll tell you forever how these are the most underrated sets and cards of modern era. So, sure enough, we found a guy that had 165 of them, and we bought them all. We bought all 165. So right here And me and my cousin split them because he's a big believer in them too. But here I have here 85 prize pack series ones. And like I said, once upon a time ago, when I was opening these, I was paying secondary market $3.99, to like $4 a pack. And now they're at a whopping $50 to $45 a pack. Now, the crazy thing about it was I saw people there with these that had them priced at $40. And I even poked around saying, hey, do 15, poke, poke, poke. And every single person stood so stern. The only person that didn't was the person that we purchased all these from. And the fact I believe we cleared them out was the reason why we got these at a juicy $10 a pack. You can't beat that, guys. Can't beat that at all. And the funny thing was, I went back to the vendors that actually were trying to sell them for $40, $50 a pack, and they did sell them. And they did sell them at that price. These are so underrated. You've seen many videos before. I'm going to do a video of me opening some. One of the biggest questions is, can these packs be weighed? The answer is no. I've pulled hits from the lightest packs. I pulled hits from the heaviest packs. I pulled hits from mid-weight, mid-low, mid-high, whatever you want to call it. These cannot be weighed. The only time there's something unusual going on, if you get something that's a very unusual heavyweight, then there's going to be 2 hits in there. That's the only thing that is possible that can happen. But fun fact, we picked up a lot of these guys. So moving back over here, big stack, nice and easily. There we go. Now, cards that now it's like I said, a little bit different. Cards I decided not to sell, and I pulled the reins on this because dropped a card. Here we go. I'm not shocked. I'm not. But it's always shocking to see when it does happen. Vintage has been very, very low for a long time, and now vintage is starting to come around, and it's hitting the market hard with the prices and so forth. Vintage cards that I brought to sell, to move specifically, I pulled the reins on not to sell, and I'm going to show you guys these right here, right now. You guys are going to be a little shocked. So first thing first is with Destined Rivals coming out, everyone's calling it Team Rocket. I have these right here. We have a Pristine 10 Dark Golbat first edition. We have a Dark Weezing Pristine 10 first edition. And we have a Pristine 10 first edition Dark Dugtrio. I did sell my first ed Blastoise, but that was not Pristine. That was a CC Gem 10. I decided at one point I was going to sell these, but the prices and offers I was getting on these, and what was really different was, there's not many vendors that have a true surplus of vintage packs that are a reliable source. The prices of the packs for packs that I used to open up on this channel, vintage ones, have skyrocketed, like almost tripled, almost doubled, beyond 2.5 to triple the price. And when I saw that, I just said to myself, I can't sell these. These are the best of the best. If you're going to open up a pack for the price of a heavy, I can't sell these if they're not going to give me at least willing what those packs are. And that's where I kind of put my foot down and said, I can't move these. These are cards that, if people are charging, I think it was like $900 to $1,000 a pack for First Ed Team Rocket Heavy. And if you know Team Rocket, First Ed heavy rockets are unpredictable. And when I can't even get an offer close to that for these, you can't sell these. You can't. It doesn't make sense. You can open a pack and pull the Golbat and the thing don't grade well. I had to pull the reins. I said, forget it. I'm hanging on to these. 2 more cards. One actually is, and one I just simply didn't get the right price. Dark Hypno. I pulled this off a channel one time. Greatest CC Gem in 10. I'd look to move it, but again, like the offers I was getting on a clean card like this, that's on the slab. The offers I was getting on this for a clean card was low, really relatively low. And I said to myself, well, more than likely, your odds are getting a 9 pretty strong for opening a vintage pack today. It's usually the grade you got to kind of approach that. That's what you're going to get as your hit. And just for the price of vintage packs, you can't. It's got to make sense. So I pulled the reins on this one as well. I had offers at like $300, and I'm like, okay, like I can't do that. This thing still is clean. I know a lot of people aren't big, CGC. That's fine, but still. super clean. Last but not least, there's another great one. This is my T17 Typhlosion. It's a mint 9. Prices on these for the market is like I think $500 to $700, and this Typhlosion, very typical, has a swirl, everything you want to say it. Very typical. T17 Typhlosions have bad surface scratches, print lines. That's just kind of like the nature of the T17. But when you look at the edges and corners and everything on the back of this card, this is by far the cleanest 9 I've ever seen. And for the prices and offers I was getting on this, it was almost baffling. I'm going, you know, and that's just one thing. People are forgetting it's kind of about buying the card, not the grade. And I know I get it when people say, well, it's a 9, it's a 9. Well, I've seen some PSA 10s that are, I've seen some CGC. I've seen it all. I've seen CGC 10s that shouldn't be 10s. I've seen CGC pristine 10s that shouldn't be pristine 10s. We've all seen it. We've all seen it. But just remember, guys, you got to buy the card, not the grade. And just stick to that. So I pulled the reins. You can't do that for this card. No way. No way, Jose. All right. The grand finale. This one, I can't believe I did this, guys. Now, every CollectCon convention I go to, I always try and pick up a vintage pack to open up on the channel. I do. And this is the first time I actually didn't. Now, does that mean I opened up a vintage pack? I did. I told myself I would never do this, and I did it. I just can't believe it. I kind of just spit it out. But basically, I've never opened up e-reader series cards. Never did. Never opened up as a kid. So the artwork's super cool. We all know that. Skyridge, Aquapolis, Expedition, they're fantastic. I saw unweighed Skyridge packs there. I was able to make a deal, and we opened up some. Now, borderline suicide? Absolutely. But you know what? The price that I paid for them was almost comparable to the price of heavy base set unlimited vintage packs are going for. So I said to myself, for $100, $200 more, you might as well open up unweighed Skyridge and take a swing, because the truth is, the second that happened, the prices of Skyridge booster boxes started increasing. So I said to myself, it's kind of a now or never thing. You're never gonna get a chance to open up Skyridge, really. And I said to myself, if it's gonna be it, it's gotta be now, because I predict that these Skyridge packs will be worth $2,500 very, very soon a piece. Now, I open up unweighed, and I'll show you guys. You're gonna laugh. A lot of people say unweighed, and so forth, is a sucker bet, and it is. I truly do think it is. If I always like to open up guarantee heavy, but I went for it. How many times are you ever going to open up Skyridge? And sure enough, guys, drum roll, please. We got a hit. We did not get a crystal as much as we tried for it, but we did pull a Articuno from Skyridge, and I don't have that video. That video will be posted soon, but I did pull the Articuno from Skyridge. And the fun, exciting part about this is this thing actually has a chance at getting a pristine 10. And I actually can't believe it. I gotta see. But it's super centered on. The surface looks great. I would say, I guess this is like one of my new favorite Skyridge cards because I pulled it. And go figure, what was the reverse? And for those of you who don't know, I am a Magneton Whisperer. Yeah. I am a Magneton Whisperer, and there it is. I can't seem to get these guys to leave me alone, but yep, I did pull the reverse. I did pull the reverse hollow Magneton, but more excitingly, I did pull a Articuno hollow from Skyridge, and I'm very excited to get this graded. This is going to be the grand finale of our next grading submission right here, but I'm going to do another video where I go through my submission, but I really do think this thing has a chance at pristining. But again, like I said, the price I paid for them was literally $150 more than for what the price is for a base set unlimited. And the truth is, I told myself I'd rather pull nothing from Skyridge than pulling a base set unlimited scratched up Magneton. I don't know if the Magnetons can hear me out there, but that's what I wanted to do. And I did it. And we got very, 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 very lucky. So that's all I got. That was CollectCon 2025. Next convention coming up, we have CollectCon for Orlando coming up. For Chicago is next. Unfortunately, I'm not going to make it. It's a little too soon from the Miami one. But I will be gearing up, getting ready for Orlando, again in my backyard. And then we have Tampa Bay Card Party, which is an extreme backyard for me. So got a lot more Pokemon coming up, and got a lot more exciting content, guys, coming up. And that's all I got. So the cool thing is, we did something very, very unique, and we pulled the Skyridge Articuno that had really has a chance at 10ing, potentially pristine 10ing, and had a blast. Again, if you haven't been to a Collecton, I really recommend you go check one out. It's probably one of the best places to go for making deals, swinging deals against stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Pole Father. Do me a favor, like the page, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. Tell me if I'm crazy for even opening up a Skyridge or not. But tune in next time. I'm the Pole Father. Everyone have a great day. And as always, it only takes one. We are back.